She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
In First Steps to Wealth, I talk about prospering where you're planted. I want you to write down right now where you're planted. You're like, wait, like here? No, dude. In the work category on planet Earth with your 24 hours in a day, where are you planted? What is your profession? For some of you, I'm a professional mother, wife. That is where you are to prosper, right there. For some of you, you work in a retail store, you work at a restaurant, you have a business, you have a direct sales business. Whatever that business is, I want you to write it down. But you have primary responsibilities, right? How many of you are parents? Your primary responsibility is your spouse and your children that are in the home. If your kids are grown and gone, that's a totally different story. They're almost like extended family at this point. They're living their own life. They're doing their own thing, okay? So you have that primary thing that we are to prosper where we are planted. Your work life is your secondary place that you need to prosper where you're planted. And so whatever that is, selling insurance, it may even be that you're looking for a job. It might even be that. So write down what that is. What is it that you do? Write it down. What is it that you do? What is your title? What is your function? That title, that function is tied to pay. You produce a result from the work that you do in that time span that you do it. Is it 8 hours a day? Is it 6 hours a day? Now, this cracks me up. I have people that want to go start another business, yet they're not prospering in their jobs already. People want to raise, but they don't want to raise their skill set to get the raise. To get a raise, you have to raise your skill. You have to raise your value where you are planted right now. And so what happens is a lot of people are like, I'm dissatisfied with my job, or I'm dissatisfied with my career, I'm dissatisfied with my business, so I want to go start something else. If you don't prosper where you're at now, when you go to switch to the grass that's greener on the other side, you ain't going to prosper there either. Prospering is a habit. Prospering is a habit. And it's a habit of diligence, bringing creativity, bringing solutions to problems, bringing excellence into the workplace, bringing things that honor people, bringing value to the human beings that are paying you, whether it is the customer that is paying you or it's the employee that is paying you. Whoever it is is directly related to that paycheck coming in, your job is to create value, more value if you want to raise your income where you're at. So prospering where you're planted, you're like, I don't like that. How many of you don't like the idea of prospering where you're planted? Oh, shut up. There's more than you. Come on, raise your hands. Okay. Dani, I work at Walmart. I don't want to prosper there. Great. And stay stuck. Stay stuck. Because you're expecting the law of promotion to work for you even though you're not working and following it. And the law of promotion says this, that if you're faithful with what you have now, if you cause to grow where you're at now, you will be made ruler over much more money, much more territory, much more influential territory. So if your influence is not being used to grow something, your influence is dying. You can't expect to get growth out of something that you're not willing to put in. So these 7 steps, we're going to talk about prospering right where you are planted. Right where you're planted. What you wrote down. How many of you have a secondary income on top of the primary? Okay? So what people tend to do is they tend to be more excited about the secondary thing. They treat the first thing like it's a wicked stepchild that they just have to suffer through and can't wait to get rid of, which means you are not committed, you are not serving wholeheartedly, you're not bringing excellence and diligence, you are wasting the employer's time. That's what you're doing. And you will reap, what you sow. So in your other secondary source of income, think about this, your secondary source of income, you're expecting the secondary source of income to somehow give you more when you have sown bad seed in your primary field. So I want you to picture a field. What kind of quality are you planting into that field every day, 8 hours a day? So for you primary caregivers of the home, that your primary job is the home, what kind of seed are you sowing into that ground every day? Are beds made? House clean, laundry done? Food on the table? Come on, look at it. How are you treating your field? What are you sowing into that field? You sow neglect, what will you reap? Neglect. But Dani, I hate laundry. I hate dishes. I hate cooking. Get over it. You know why you hate it? Because you have too much time and too much money. That's why. You have too much time and too much money. I guarantee you, if you lost it all, you would wish you had that house to clean again. If you lost your family, you would wish you had the opportunity to do their laundry again. I remember like an idiot crying when all of a sudden all the kids are gone. I just wish I could fold their underwear one more time. No joke. You know, all the years of cooking these huge meals every day, sometimes cooking for 6 hours for my family, and like, gosh, this is like so much work. This is so much work for what? A 15-minute, wow, this is so good. And I remember walking through years of going, gosh, like, is this worth it? And then when it was no longer happening, I'm like, I just wish they'll come over dinner. Seriously. And I do get them every Friday night for dinner, thank God. We have a Friday night celebration when I'm home, and it's the whole family that gets together, and I make a humongous meal for everybody, and it's an amazing celebration, sometimes till 3 o'clock in the morning. Especially in the house my husband just built, because he built a disco pad. He really did. He built a party pad. He told me when he was designing this house, he's like, honey, we are not living in a house. We are moving to a hotel, not with a kitchen, but with a restaurant and a bar. I'm like, what? And that's what he built, with lights and everything. Lights that change color in the pool. Neon lights that are changing colors in the kitchen. The neon lights are changing colors. His dark mood lighting while I'm doing dishes. I'm not kidding you. Man is crazy. But it's funner doing dishes that way. I don't know if they're clean, but it's funner doing dishes that way. Anyway, my point is that we get bored when we're not focused. And we get bored when we are entitled. And we get bored when we are not using the muscle of excellence and diligence. When we use excellence and diligence is when we get satisfaction out of what we do. It's not the thing that we do that brings satisfaction. You have to understand your human nature. It's not the thing that we do that brings us satisfaction. It's how we do the thing that brings satisfaction. So it's not what we do that makes us feel important. It's how we do it that makes us feel important. How many of you have ever taken your dilapidated car that's filthy, that possibly has a dead body in the trunk, and have cleaned out all the wrappers, the McDonald's burger wrappers out from underneath the seat? How many of you ever like, okay, it's done. I am done driving my trash can around. I'm gonna clean this thing. How many of you ever cleaned your car out before, okay? And how many of you, it took you some time to clean that car out? And when you did it and you armor-alled the tires, you armor-alled the dash, you vacuumed everything out, you made everything looking sparkle, you step away from that thing, and how do you feel about yourself? You feel awesome about yourself. You feel confident. You feel accomplished. Okay, now think about it. Was it the car that made you feel that way? No. What was it cleaning that made you feel that way? No. It's the satisfaction of diligence and excellence that gives you confidence. Hold on a second, it just flew right over your head. You want to know how to build confidence? Excellence and diligence builds confidence. Not listening to some audio tape by some motivational speaker. Not reading some book on confidence. Your counselor cannot help you feel confident. I can't make you feel confident. What brings confidence is diligence and excellence. So the very places that you are lazy, you have no confidence. The very places where you procrastinate, you have no confidence. Come on, think about a place how many of you have a place in your life you procrastinate? How's your confidence level there? It's non-existent. It's non-existent. So the place that you apply diligence and excellence is the place where you have confidence. The place where you are lazy, the place where you're lacking, the place where you're allowing to slip is where you have no confidence. So you're in control of your confidence based on what you apply diligence and excellence to. I didn't say striving, I said diligence and excellence. This is why last night I was telling you that with my kids, it was your best is good enough. I don't care where the best lands. The best, why? Because I want to build their confidence. I don't want to build their pride and their ego. I want to build the result that comes from good old-fashioned, hard, four-letter word in this country, work. Good old-fashioned work. There's nothing that builds more confidence than diligence and excellence with the work of your hands, the work of your mind. Okay, so back to this. Expose, connect, present, close, mobilize, duplicate leadership. This can make billions of dollars for you. It can make hundreds of dollars for you. I want you to treat this. Use this for your primary. Okay? When I go through this, this is your instructions to prosper where you are planted, to be faithful with where you are, to cause where you're at to grow. But I don't like that. Weigh your ego with your bank account. Weigh your ego with your goal. Who did I say is not in the equation? You. Get out of your own way. And please don't ask me the question of how do I get myself out of my own way? Because you're using now that as an excuse. How do I get myself out of the way? Start focusing on where you want to go. Start focusing with diligence and excellence with where you're at. Start working on your bad, entitled attitude with your laundry. Your bad, entitled attitude with dishes, your bad, entitled attitude with your paperwork, your bad, entitled attitude with having to make phone calls, your bad, entitled attitude with your chores, your bad, entitled attitude that when people don't act right, do you hear what I'm saying? Work harder on you than you do anything else, and you'll be unusually successful. So inside of your equation of what is written on the page, who is there? Who's there? Okay, your profession, go back to your profession, look at your paper, okay? I want you to make a list of who you work with. You got your primary team, which is who? Your family. Make a list, who's there? Put their names down right now. Putting their names down right now, because you are supposed to prosper where you're planted at home. Yes, Cotty. Take the list with you. No more. By yourself. That's awesome, man. That's amazing. Okay. What? No, we'll talk later. Sorry. It's a personal family conversation. You need to be brought up to speed on what's going on. Anyway, ding, back here. Family, who the family is, write it down. Who are you living with? Okay, you're living by yourself. Do you like living by yourself? Not really? So then what should be on your list of things to go do? Find yourself a roommate or a man to marry. Don't move him in until you marry him. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay, good. I promise it works better that way. I did it all wrong. Okay, so who you're living with. So these are people you need to practice the skills I'm about to show you. Now with your primary source of income, who's there? Make the list of names. Who's there? Go ahead. Write them all down. Who's there? How many of you had customers there? Prospects you're supposed to be talking to there. Connections you're supposed to be making with the public there. Okay? If you have a boss, you write their name down. You've got coworkers, write their names down. You're like, why? I don't like any of these people. I saw it all over your face. I don't like them so much, I don't want to write their name down. Come on, who are you? Who are you? You're thinking that. You're like, I don't like them so much, I don't want to write their name. Guess what? Listen to me. I understand. Ego versus the goal. 98% wants to abort mission and go find another group of people to work with. And guess what you will find? The same people are there. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's what people do. 98% never establishes any roots because they're always jumping to the next thing thinking that it's going to be better over there. But what you find when you go over there is you find the same exact people. It's the same for business people. They start a business and then they don't like it, so they're going to go start this business. And what they find out is they have to do those 7 steps no matter where they go. Well, I closed down my business because I don't like talking to people. And then go start another business, they have to talk to people. And they look for a business where it says I don't have to talk to people, and guess what they find out? They actually have to talk to people. Money comes from who? People. Business needs what? People. And money. You have to figure it out. Okay, so write down their names. If you don't like them, I want you to think about this. Do you think they might know you don't like them? Come on, think about it. Let me ask you a question. Is there people who don't like you? Let me see the hands. Is there people who don't like you? How do you know they don't like you? You can feel it. You can feel that they don't like you, right? So let me ask you a question. How apt are you to bless someone, to honor someone, to respect someone that doesn't like you? Come on now. Think about it. How apt are you to bless someone, honor someone, respect someone, wait a second, and give someone a raise who doesn't like you? Think about it. I hear it all the time, 98%. I hate my boss. Oh, and you expect to get a raise out of this guy? You hate your boss and you expect to get a raise. Please tell me how that works. It's common sense, isn't it? Please tell me how that works. That if you hate your boss and you expect to get promoted, you expect to get a door open for you, you expect to get respect from someone when you're insubordinate of that someone? That's insubordination, which according to the Bible is called witchcraft. Insubordination is witchcraft, according to 1 Samuel 15. That's scary. And we expect to get blessed. So listen carefully. All yesterday morning was all about who? You. This seminar is about who? You. You are not going to change people, but you need to change your flippin' attitude about how you deal with people you don't like. Good. So good. Listen carefully. It was said by the wisest man who ever walked the earth. What profit is it of you to love the lovable? You already received your reward in full. But you profit by loving the unlovable. You profit, you win by loving the unlovable. You don't win by loving who is easy to love. So let's flip it into professional terms. What profit do you have to honor those that honor you? Nothing. You already got your exchange of reaping and sowing. Do you hear me? If she honors me, it's easy for me to honor her. I don't have to work for it. I don't have to use diligence for it. I don't have to focus on it. I don't have to psych myself up to do that. It is a natural knee-jerk reaction. She honors me, it's really easy for me to honor her back. So what profit do I have? I already got the profit from it. But where we profit, where we win, that 2% position is loving the unlovable, honoring the dishonorable, respecting the one we feel we don't get respect from. Someone's marriage just got saved.